Ages, are you ready? Let's fucking do it. Say it with me. Woo! Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Dusty Show. We're back. We did it. Returned on a Wednesday. Hey, I missed you guys. We didn't do the show on a Monday. I got to get an excuse, though. I worked 70 hours since the last fucking show on Friday. 70 hours. But I did it, folks. I did it. Promises made. Promises kept. From Uncle Dusty. Look at this shit. I fucking put every goddamn chapter of my book up. 10 chapters. Hooray. Now, look. I know nobody gives a shit. I want to say first and foremost, thank you, everybody who took the time to give me feedback, everybody who was nice to me about it, everybody who watched it. I think maybe less than 100 people actually watched the entire thing, which is crazy because it took me several hundred hours to complete. But here's the thing. I had a couple people tell me they really enjoyed it. And so it was worth doing. Just for those 2 or 3 people, it was worth doing. Like, all I want to do is entertain people, whether it's one person or a million people. If I have to work 500 hours to entertain one person, it's worth it, you know, because that's what makes me happy. So thank you guys for the feedback. The story's good. If you guys want to check it out, I'm not done with it. I'm going to redo the first chapter this week sometime. I'm going to tighten it up a little bit. We're going to get the runtime down 20 or 30 minutes, and I'm going to do chapter 2 the same way. But it's ready to go if you guys want to listen to it. It's like a book for your ears. So play it in the background where you're like playing a video game or work around the house or driving in your car or whatever. And let me know. Give me your feedback on it, what you think. And but we're just getting started, folks. I'm going to tighten up the story, make it better and better and better. And we're just preparing for when it becomes a TV show. So thank you guys for bearing with me. Like I said, I know nobody gives a shit. And I got it done, though. So hopefully I won't be missing too many more shows in the future. I'm going to get back on it and focus. Because, folks, I feel like I'm just getting started, to be honest with you. I feel like I got another 50 years of this in me. The revolution has just fucking begun. So, hell yeah, let's do it. And now, what you all came to see. Day for yesterday, we went to Walmart, as I do, to get one of those curbside pickups, sitting in my truck with no road down. And then this lady walks up with the cutest fucking kitten you've ever seen, folks. Don't believe me? I'm going to fucking show you. It's sleeping. It's sleeping. Said somebody just dumped this kitten in the parking lot. And, of course, immediately I was like, welcome home, little buddy. Like you just hit the fucking lottery. All right, we definitely taking this, the cutest fucking cat ever. So come on, little buddy. Come here. Come here. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you, we haven't picked a name for him yet, but Luigi? Maybe little Mr. Luigi? How could somebody dump this cat? This is the cutest fucking cat I've ever seen in my life. And it's so chill. I just don't fucking understand it. And it was clearly like socialized because look how chill it is. It's not feral or anything, but it was all flea bitten. So we got it taken care of. We went through it with the fine tooth comb and got all the fleas out of it. And he was even smaller when we got him. Let me get him out of this thing to show you what his size he is. Look at his big belly he's got now. He's got this huge belly. Got this huge belly. He's been eating. He's been eating like a champ. And got a little blood in his eye still. He had like I guess he's got a ruptured blood vessel in his eye, but he's getting better. And he got a big appetite on him. I'll give him that, folks. So what do you think? Let me know what you guys think I should name him in the chat. Maybe Luigi. Anyway, like I just want to thank everybody who supports this show because you guys are the reason I'm able to do this. I couldn't do any of this without you guys. So it's an honor to be able to hang out with you, entertain you, and it's also very appreciated that you guys let me take your kindness and do stuff like this. Because, yeah, this little baby, how could somebody abandon this little baby? It makes me want to cry. But I'm glad he found a good home, and we really going to take care of him. He going to be a big boy. Look at those mitts. Look at those paws. He got big old lion paws. So I'm sorry for waking you up, buddy. All right. More of the kitten later, I promise. I will bring him out periodically throughout the show. I'm going to cry a little bit. I'm such a pussy. All right, folks, let's get it fucking started. As always, super chats are open. Super chats work pretty much how we keep the lights on here. It's a $sign by the chat. Boom, get rid of Dusty. Fuck Dusty. Over here is a $. Click it. And then it says super chat. You click that. And then you donate it $500 or whatever. 500, whatever. But anyway, that's how it works. Super chat me and I'll read all your words at halftime and the end of the show. So thank you in advance. And all right, let's move on, folks. Come back, Dusty. Boom, there you are. I think that Mexican Ozempic is working, folks. Fuck yeah. Look at this. I'm getting thin as shit. Fuck yeah. Unregulated, illegal Mexican Ozempic. I've been microdosing half a pill a day. It's all it takes. You're supposed to take a whole pill. I'm like, nope. Half a pill would do, Dusty. It's been working great, y'all. So pounds are just flying off. I ain't dieting. I ain't even trying. Gotta love science. So hell yeah. All right, let's go ahead and start the show, folks. Another fucking depressing week, watching our whole goddamn country collapse and be sold out by the criminals that now rule us. But whatever, America, whatever. As always, it's Chud Watch. Chud Watch. Talking about Chud Watch. Talking about Chud. And let's check in with the economy this week to see how it's fucking going. And boom, there we go. Forbes says Canadian-U.S. tourism boycott is growing. Oh, really? The number of Canadians taking road trips into the U.S., representing the majority of the Canadians who visit, dropped by 35% last month. That seems like a lot in one fucking month. Holy God, that's more than a third, right? Compared to April 2024, that can't be good for tourism. Nope, not going to be good for the economy, I can't imagine. Next up, Trump wants Walmart to eat the tariffs, y'all. Now, all right, first off, I'm confused. I thought China paid the tariffs. I thought it was paid by the countries. Why are you telling Walmart to eat it? So Trump's like, Walmart should stop trying to blame tariffs as the reason for raising prices throughout the trade. That's the reason. What are you talking about? You fucking put a 30% tax on us, and obviously every company is going to pass that increase onto the customer. That's how capitalism works, you fucking fat idiot. Walmart made billions of dollars last year. Yeah, they did. Maybe you should fucking tax them more. Far more than expected. Between Walmart and China, they should, as I said, eat the tariffs. But I thought it was China. Why are you telling Walmart to eat the tariffs? And hey, if you're really worried about it, maybe put price controls on it. Force them. Put up or shut up, goof. And not charge value customers anything. I'll be watching. And so will your customers. So basically what this is a threat. So Donald Trump 100% knows that Walmart is going to pass the increase in prices on to the customers. They're not going to take a fucking loss on products. No business is going to do that. What he's doing here, he's saying, shut up about it. Shut up about it. Pass the cost on to consumers, which is the kick up. Remember, this is the mob boss getting his kick up from every sale we buy. So he has to have his taste, but he wants his taste without us knowing about it. So he's sending a message to Walmart, shut the fuck up. Increase your prices, but don't tell them why you're doing it. Just let them kick their money back up to my boss, and everybody shush, or we're going to come and fucking get you. And they will, folks. Walmart's going to shut up. Amazon's going to shut up. Everybody's going to pass this bill on to us. They got to keep quiet about it, and we all going to kick our little earnings up to the mob boss, up to Elon Musk and the billionaires who want everything. And I told you guys last week, Moody's, who is one of the big credit rating agencies, they decide which investments are good risk or not. For the first time in history, lowered the perfect credit rating of America from AAA to AA, small a. They downgrade us. First time in history. Seems bad, right? Didn't happen under Joe Biden. Just saying. So anyway, they've been asking everybody, hey, this is unprecedented. Now all three of the big credit rating agencies have downgraded America. It means that they no longer have as much confidence that we can pay our debts in the future. It means that anybody trying to buy T-bills, treasuries, are probably going to get a higher return on it, which is going to, in the long run, over 10 years, going to cost us trillions potentially, and extra money to refinance our current debt. So, yeah, it's fucking bad, y'all. It's real bad. So, obviously, they're asking his economic secretary, Scott Bessent, what do you think about it? Hey, first time it's ever happened. What is your comment on this horrible economic shit that is happening?
Let me ask you, former Vice President Mike Pence echoed several of President Trump's, quite frankly, own allies in expressing concerns about this plane that Qatar has offered to President Trump. They are saying it sends the wrong message. It sends the wrong message and raises concerns ethically, raises concerns constitutionally, and about security. Why is it appropriate for the president to accept a $400 million jet from Qatar?
Well, it's not the president accepted. It'd be the United States government.
Yeah, well, the president's going to be the only one that uses it. We know this is fucking bullshit. It's not for everybody. It's for the fucking president. Of course, lies. That's all they got.
And Senator Mullins said this weekend that the talks had actually begun under the Biden administration.
Oh, so talks had begun. Nobody believes that. But if Qatar offered to give it to Biden and Biden said, no, that's not fucking talks, make it look like Biden was initiating this. More bullshit.
Kristen, what I can tell you is I think this is a off-ramp for many in the media not to acknowledge what an incredible trip this was. That President Trump has brought back trillions of investments in the United States.
No, he hasn't.
Every stop we made, that the enthusiasm in Saudi
even if this is true, what he's talking about selling off America in pieces to Middle Eastern Muslim royal families. That's 100% what they're talking about. That's what they're doing in America right now, folks. They've got in there and they're just slicing America up piece by piece and selling it off. They're selling off all our national parks, selling off all our government buildings, all our government properties, all of it for pennies on the dollar. And then they're going to turn around and then they're going to tax us with tariffs and cut Medicaid and then take that money and give it right back to the same rich people who bought up our land and our America for pennies on the fucking dollar. So basically, they're going to get it for fucking free. Scavengers feasting off the carcass of what's left of America, and they're inviting all the worst human beings, these terrorists, these fucking murderers, the same people that kidnapped American journalists and cut their bodies up, are buying up this country piece by piece, and they're bragging about it.
Arabia, in Qatar, in the United Arab Emirates to invest in the United States, that they want to push more and more the funds here. And if we go back to your initial question on the Moody's downgrades, who cares? Qatar doesn't, Saudi doesn't, UAE doesn't.
Yeah, hey, who cares that our credit rating has been downgraded, that makes our deficit cost trillions of dollars more to finance? Who cares? All of our Muslim overlords who are going to rule us, they want to buy us up anyway, baby. They don't give a shit. They're just itching to take a little bit of the money that we've given them, buying their oil and buying us up piece by piece. Ruling America, baby. They're happy to rule us as we decline incredibly. So who gives a shit about Moody's? Then they asked, Michael Jackson impersonator Carolyn Levitt, what about Moody's? Hey, that seems pretty bad. Let's have a listen to what this liar has to say.
I want to get the president's reaction to Moody's downgrading the credit rating of the United States.
Sure. Well, look, the president talked about this over the weekend. The Secretary of Treasury also talked about it. When you look at the world has confidence in the United States.
Literally, they don't. That's why Moody's downgraded you. That is the entire reason. If everybody had confidence, they wouldn't have downgraded you.
Of America and our economy once again. The president just last week secured trillions of dollars in investments from countries in the Middle East.
Bullshit.
We have seen trillions of dollars of investments flowing into
but
our
even if he did, that'd be bad.
Economy since the president took office. That is because America or people around the world have confidence in the United States of America.
I want to get the president's reaction to
So it's always the
downgrading
opposite of what the fuck's happening. The exact opposite all the fucking time. What's wrong with my fucking microphone? But what do you expect? Every day's the goddamn same, just one lie after the fucking other. And let's check in with the Dow Jones to see how the Dow Jones likes Moody's downgrading us. Dog shit! They like it like dog shit! 816 points down today. If you're playing at home, that's a lot. That's a lot in one day. It went down another 100-some points yesterday. Let's check in on the Dow since Donald Trump has been president. Oh, we're down 531 points, 1.25%. So we're almost 6 months into this fucking year. We not only have lost every bit of growth we should have had, but we're now negative for the first 6 months of 2025. If we want to compare it to what Biden did last year in the first 6 months, apples to apples comparison, at this point, the stock market was up about 1,400 points. So it's about a 2,000 point shift between sleepy ass corpse Joe Biden and what art of the deal Donald Trump is doing. So it don't matter though, folks. None of them give a shit anymore. They don't actually care. The economy's collapsing. And this is why, folks, if you're wondering why stocks just all went down at once, we just had a horrible bond auction in the United States for our 20-year treasuries. Because of the lack of bidders, it caused the 20-year bond yield to surge to 5.1%. The 30 years also surged over 5%, folks, which means trillions of extra dollars for nothing. Remember, Deutsche was going to cut $2 trillion. They ended up claiming they cut about $150 billion. It was less than that. A drop in the bucket to these trillions we have now lost. And hey, but don't worry about it, folks. You ain't got to worry about this because here's the truth. It's going to be your grandkids' problem. It's going to be your grandkids' problem. You ain't got to fucking worry about it. Who gives a shit about your kids? Americans don't. None of us do. So, yes, Donald Trump's $50 million birthday party might collapse the economy for your grandkids, but fuck them. All right? I think we can all agree. I hate the future. And reporter just asking basic questions. So they, this is actually Takira and Levitt. Lying. So they just passed the first part of Trump's tax bill, the big, beautiful tax bill or whatever the fuck it is. $4 trillion extra dollars they're going to add to the deficit, folks. They're not going to take a single penny off. The entire point of this, put tariffs on you, try to shift some of the burden from the rich to the middle class and then give the middle class huge tax cuts, even though wealth disparity is out of what it's ever been. The gulf between the rich and poor is bigger than it's ever fucking been, but it's never enough. So they have to have even more. So they're going to put $4 trillion onto your grandkids' credit card bill, just like they did the first time. He spent $8 trillion the first time, more than any president ever has. Put it on your grandkids' credit card. They're going to do it all again, folks. Nobody gives a shit, and neither do I fucking care. I'll be dead. I ain't got no kids, and fuck y'all's kids, right? Ain't my job to care. Anyway, they ask him, hey, what about this bill that's going to add $4 trillion to the deficit? Why don't you guys care?
Just a quick follow-up. Is the president okay with this bill adding to the deficit?
This bill does not add to the deficit.
It literally adds $4 trillion to the deficit. So it doesn't matter, folks. We're in post-truth society. They'll just fucking say anything. Reporters just sitting there, no follow-up questions whatsoever. It's just bizarro world. Everything's fucking backwards. Words don't have any meaning anymore. And even Fox host, I guess this is their token Democrat, but he surprisingly allowed to tell the truth a little bit on the Fox News. Here's his view on the new tax bill.
And for those who say that we should not think about raising taxes on the ultra rich in the country, I'll give you this number. The 10 richest Americans, when you combine their net worth, they're worth almost $1.9 trillion. Now, I don't begrudge wealth, but our entire discretionary budget, which is anything but defense, Social Security, Medicare, and interest on the debt, is only $1.9 trillion. So you have 10 people with that net worth. I'm not a believer that we should overtax people, but I definitely believe we shouldn't overtax working people, middle class, and poor people in the country. The president has said that tariffs—
That's exactly what's happening, though, folks. 60% of the benefits from these tax cuts go to the top 20%. Of course they fucking do. The lower 10% actually is going to have their taxes increase. The middle class will get a slight tax cut from this, but they're going to get a huge tax increase from all the tariffs. So it's basically Trump stealing $30 from them and giving them $10 back and being like, say thank you, I cut your taxes, but he didn't. He raised your taxes. But it's going to fucking work, folks, because this nation is too stupid to fucking exist. So it's the end.
Or an answer. Jesse and I have had some beautiful, big, brawling conversations about this. Tariffs largely impact the middle class and poor first. Why? Because so much of their income is used to buy things and consume things.
Especially Chinese goods.
As much as the president and Republicans want to say this tax bill, extending these things are going to help middle-class Americans, the vast majority of people are going to be helped by the tax cuts are the wealthiest, because there's one other number. Over the last 12 years, the S&P has gone up almost 400%. And the only way to benefit from the stock market is if you have money invested in the stock market, and you have to have a lot for that to benefit you. So I say to Democrats, you have to cut spending. I say to Republicans, stop kidding Americans that you're not cutting taxes for the richest Americans. Why not raise taxes on those earning $2.5 million?
Everybody knows it. Nobody gives a shit in this country, right? We are being killed by a parasite, and we do not have the tools to fight this parasite off, folks. That's all there is to it. A slow death. But the economy is crashing, but you know what's not crashing, folks? And I just got to say, who could have seen this coming? Bitcoin just reached the all-time high today, $110,000 per Bitcoin. Who could have seen this coming? And I got to say, I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but goddamn it, toot. I have an amazing track record of predicting shit. Nobody can take that away from me. You guys remember a year and a half ago, Bitcoin was at $28,000. And I was like, guys, Bitcoin, it's about to go through the fucking roof. And that was like years of me saying Bitcoin to zero. Bitcoin sucks. Bitcoin's a scam. Remember? And then I was like, holy shit, this thing's about to triple in price. If you guys would listen to me, you'd have tripled your money. I think it was crazy, though. I put a couple $1,000. I put every single penny I had in the bank into Bitcoin when I told you guys to, when it was at 28,000. Wasn't a lot of money. It was only a few $1,000s, but I literally did not have a single investment. I've never invested in anything ever, and I don't gamble. I do not go to the casinos. I don't like losing money. I don't fucking gamble. And I was like, I'll be stupid not to buy this because it is so obvious. This is the most sure bet I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. And I was right dead on, baby. So Bitcoin to the moon. Hell yeah. And that is my economy section. Now let's move on to the concentration camps. And getting bad out there, folks. Meanwhile, in New America,
before they ever set foot in the United States, Lisbeth Sanguino and her sons went through months of vetting, in-person interviews, and background checks to be resettled as refugees from Venezuela. So she was shocked when the family arrived at the Houston airport and immigration agents arrested her 24-year-old son, Widmer Aguelvis. The reason? A tattoo of a rose and a clock, which an agent wrote are associated with the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. But experts say Tren de Aragua does not use tattoos as markers of membership. And government documents show that Aguelvis had no criminal record or other evidence linking him to the gang. Yet he ended up here, in a notorious supermax prison in El Salvador designed to lock up gang members and terrorists indefinitely with no contact with the outside world.
He got life in prison without ever getting to talk to his family again, see them again, talk to a lawyer, have anybody know where he is, and he didn't do anything. He wasn't in this country illegally, 100% legally. They just disappeared him to the foreign concentration camp because of a tattoo he had.
World. He's one of hundreds of men deported to the prison without a court hearing under the Alien Enemies Act, a circumvention of due process that advocates have challenged in court as unlawful, but which Trump officials have justified by calling the men a threat to the nation.
Our job is to send the terrorists out before anyone else gets raped or murdered.
We found, through government documents and interviews with lawyers and families, that at least 3 of the men, including Aguelvis, had been carefully vetted to come to the U.S. under the Refugee Resettlement Program, a process for people fleeing war and persecution. My son...
I really don't know what it's going to take for America to rise up against this. I guess nothing. I guess it's going to be nothing. I guess they're going to come take us all to concentration camps and we're just going to all go, right? I guess that's what's going to fucking happen. I can't believe this, but I know one thing. This is not the America I grew up in. This is not the America that I was taught to be proud of. This is not the America I was taught to put my hand over my heart and pledge to. That fucking place is dead as shit.
Sanguino says is not a gang member or a terrorist. He's a soccer player and an aspiring engineer who looks after his younger brothers. His tattoos are references to his childhood, his grandmother's rose garden, and an owl that used to visit their home every night. The family's lawyers filed a habeas...
And that's not the only one, folks. At least 50 imprisoned migrants were in U.S. legally. At least 50 Venezuelan men who were sent to the concentration camp in a foreign country for life by the Trump administration had immigrated to the United States legally, a review by the Libertarian Cato Institute found. So just disappearing people because they're brown, folks. This is what we've come to. We're not heading towards fascism. We're already fucking there. Red alert, motherfuckers. And judge, South Sudan deportations violated my order. A judge told them, hey, you can't do this. You cannot send these people without due process to other countries, especially countries that they are not even from. You can't do that. So the Trump administration did it anyway. They did it anyway because they don't give a shit. They already decided they're dictators. And all they're doing is they're going through the motions to try to hide the fact for the public for as long as possible so we don't riot and pull them out to the fucking streets. And I'm not saying we should do that. I'm not saying anybody should do that. I'm just saying what is the most likely outcome if they continue to behave the way they're behaving. I'm just warning you guys. I'm warning you, Christy. No, I'm not saying this is a threat. I'm warning you because I'm concerned about your safety. You're putting your own life in danger by doing this stuff. Okay, this is not some little puppy dog you can just shoot in the head. Americans, I don't think we're going to lay down and take this too much longer. Please, for your own safety, please stop doing this. A federal judge in Massachusetts said Wednesday the Trump administration deportation of several immigrants to conflict-ridden South Sudan violated his order to get detainees a meaningful opportunity, but they don't give a shit. They just violate all your court orders and they're like, do something about it, and these judges ain't fucking doing shit. They ain't doing shit. And this is how Trump's responding to it. Trump team can't say we're playing full of immigrants disappeared to because it's national security. So they're just disappearing brown people for life to foreign concentration camps, and they claim it's national security so none of us can know about it. And if this ain't goddamn it exactly what all you patriots told me you needed your fucking guns for, you pathetic pussy-ass sacks of shit. I've been having people bitch at me for saying that these patriots are tiny dick sacks of shit. Oh my God, Dusty, you're being massaged. Shut the fuck up. This is why you lefties are so goddamn feckless. This is why Nazis are fucking destroying you. Because literal fascism are disappearing people to concentration camps. And one of the few motherfuckers getting up here and telling you the truth about it, you're whining because I said they had tiny dicks. Just die then, idiots. If you can't back up me right now, well, what's happening right fucking now? If you're this fucking stupid, just die. God damn it. What are you going to fucking do? You're useless. The fucking left, the most useless motherfuckers on the fucking planet. How do you lose this goof? You know how you lose? By bitching at people like me for rightfully saying all these motherfuckers buying guns have tiny dicks. Just fucking stupid, goddamn. I'm so sick of the fucking left. I almost can't stand anymore. Good God, you're so useless, all of you. Butch up, motherfuckers, butch up. If not now, when you gonna do it? Fuck. All right, calm down, Dusty. I apologize. Senator Maggie Hansen correcting DHS Secretary Kristi Noem if she claims habeas corpus. Against the president's constitutional right to habeas corpus. It basically says the government can't just lock you up, not give a reason they fucking locked you up. They can't lock you away and throw away the key without saying, hey, this is what you did wrong, right? Everybody knows what habeas corpus is, especially Kristi Noem should fucking know, but she don't. This is very terrifying, folks. This is what she says it is.
So, Secretary Noem, what is habeas corpus?
Well, habeas corpus is a constitutional right that the president has to be able to remove people from this country and suspend their right
let me stop you, ma'am. Habeas corpus, excuse me, that's incorrect.
President Lincoln used it.
Excuse me. Habeas corpus is the legal principle that requires that the government provide a public reason for detaining and imprisoning people. If not for that protection, the government could simply arrest people, including American citizens.
That's the whole point. That's why they're trying to get rid of it. First, they came for the illegals, even though they're not illegal. I just showed you they're not illegal. They just came for the brown people. Next is us motherfuckers.
And hold them indefinitely for no reason. Habeas corpus is the foundational right that separates free societies like America from police states like North Korea.
Ron, I don't give a fuck about losing the rest of my audience. You can suck a dick and get the fuck out of here in a bad way. I'll get rid of you in a goddamn heartbeat. Talk some shit, fuck around and find out, motherfucker. You might want to keep your lips closed, bitch.
As a senator from the Live Free or Die state,
I'll retire and go work at goddamn Walmart.
This matters a lot to me and my constituents and to all Americans. So, Secretary Noem, do you support the core protection that habeas corpus provides, that the government must provide a public reason in order to detain and imprison someone?
Shut the fuck
I support
up next
habeas
time.
corpus. I also recognize that the president of the United States has the authority under the Constitution to decide if it should be suspended or not.
It's the Dusty Show. It ain't some dumbass motherfucker Ron Allen show.
It has never been done.
Anyway, sorry, I'm a little fired up, folks. I'm sick of this fucking shit. Goddamn losing left. Fucking can't support goddamn shit. It's a total information control from the fucking right. They have everything. And yet the left want to pick apart. Want to fucking nitpick anybody on their side trying to stand up and fucking do something. Just stupid. It's like you fucking want to die. And next up, let's check in with the fucking stupid Trump bullshit. Rule change will let Trump fire federal statisticians, so Trump don't like it. That statisticians are telling the fucking truth about what's happening. So basically they're changing the rules so he can fire them so we can't know what the fuck's going on. A proposed rule change making it easier to fire civil servants deemed to be intentionally subverting presidential directives could pave the way for the White House to fire statisticians employed to produce objective data on the economy. But this is what they're doing to Walmart. This is what they're doing with Amazon. He don't want you to know what the fuck's happening. They're going to fire anybody that tells you. They're going to threaten anybody that tells you. So they'll pass these taxes along to you and keep their fucking mouth shut about it. And then you idiots will pay it. We'll all pay it. And it'll be kicked up to our orange mob boss and all his rich friends. That's what this is all fucking about. And Trump demands major investigation into Bruce Springsteen because, of course, we have nothing better to do in this fucking country. Why not threaten Bruce Springsteen? This is just another attempt of Donald Trump to use the position of the president to threaten anybody he wants to shut them the fuck up, to try to intimidate people into silence. How much did Kamala Harris pay Bruce Springsteen? There should be an investigation. It's all illegal, basically. Basically, he's just sending the message. You better keep your mouth shut. I'll come after you with the FBI. See, however I can, I'll come after you if you speak out against me. And free speech absolutists ain't got a fucking care in the world about this. Of course they don't. Fakest motherfuckers on the planet. And then Fallon threatens ABC sleazebags over jet reporting, so he doesn't want anybody to report that Qatar is giving him a free $400 million jet, right? Can't have that. Can't have the press rightfully report the truth, so he's going to threaten you. He already filed frivolous lawsuits against all these media companies in order to get them to shut up and cover him in the way that he wants them to. Now he's doing the same thing again to ABC. Why doesn't Chairman Bob Iger do something about ABC's fake news, especially since I just won $16 million based on the fake and defamatory reporting of little George Slopanopoulos? He was giving warnings, but just couldn't be restrained by management. Now I see they are at it again. And I again give these sleazebags fair warning. The wonderful country of Qatar, after agreeing to invest more than $1.4 trillion. Folks, Qatar has a yearly GDP of $250 billion. So he's saying that I guess they're going to spend 5 years of 100% of their GDP in America. If you believe that, you should buy a Trump watch. In the United States deserves much more misleading. Anyway, everyone, including their lawyer, has been told that ABC must not say Qatar is giving me a free Boeing 747. You must not tell the truth. You must not. Everybody knows that you must not say the thing that is happening, or I will sue you again, and I will use the Department of Justice and the full power of the United States government to come after you. So, yeah, journalism's dead, First Amendment's dead, free speech is dead. Fascism ruling the day here in the U.S. Meanwhile, here's the fallout from it. CBS News president resigns amid battle with Trump. CBS News faced another shockwave on Monday after its president, Wendy McMahon, abruptly said that she would exit her post. The latest development in an ongoing showdown between the news divisions and President Trump. Ms. McMahon, whose full title was president of the CBS News and Station, sent in a memo. It's become clearer that the company and I do not agree on the path forward. Yeah, the company wants to pay Trump for these frivolous lawsuits because it's a bribe, because they're trying to do a merger deal they need Trump's approval of. And so if they can find legal ways to bribe him, then you don't have to launder the money. You don't have to wash it. It's all clean. It's all in the light of day. So they want to do that, baby. And everybody else who's a real journalist, they don't want to pay Trump millions of dollars over frivolous shit because it sets a bad precedent. We are just doing journalism. We did journalism correctly. We didn't do anything wrong, and you're making it seem like we did something wrong by paying this guy this frivolous lawsuit, and all we can do is resign. We can't stop you from doing it. So, yes, every day a new attack on the freedom of the press, and good on her for bailing out, not being a part of it. Meanwhile, it is so embarrassing that this is the timeline we live in, folks, that this is the person America chose to lead them. But every day it's a new grift. Every day it's a new humiliation. I give you the latest Trump commercial.
Hello, everyone. It's President Donald J. Trump, and it's Trump time. Check out this red beauty. It's one of my new watches. Wear it proudly on your wrist, and everyone will know exactly what it's for, who it's for.
Yeah, everybody know that you're a cult member and a complete fucking loser, because this watch is clearly worth about $20. It's fake as shit. You can buy a better watch off Amazon for $20. Yet this watch, for the low one-time price of $100,000. I shit you not, folks.
Who it represents, it's really going to be something special.
Look at that cheap piece of shit. It's literally just plated nickel bullshit.
Special, it's for your favorite president. Get your watch today at gettrumpwatches.com. These make a great gift. It's Trump.
$100,000. Yay, America. I mean, he already made $2.9 million. It's never enough. Never. He has no shame, no humility, nothing. Just every day he just sits around thinking about how can I make more money? How can I make more money? How can I make more money? It's greed on sort of an impressive level, to be honest with you. Next level greed. And then he met with the president of South Africa and lied his ass off. I guess Elon's new big thing is white genocide in South Africa. They're killing all the white farmers, which they're not doing. They did kill some farmers. Look, I ain't saying white people who are farmers are completely safe. Problem is, like, so all of the, the apartheid and all of the colonization of Africa, and the white folks came in and they took over everything, and now they have the most money and they have the most land and they have the most farms and shit, and the black folks, a lot of them not too happy about it. They're like, hey, why white folks got everything? We're poor as fucking shit. So I'm not saying that's an excuse to attack white folks. You shouldn't do that. Even though the apartheid and the colonization that happened from their parents and their grandparents directly benefited them and hurts most black Africans, right? You shouldn't hurt them. You shouldn't do it. But I still kind of understand their frustration. But anyway, it's not a white genocide. The genocide is happening, obviously, in Gaza. This is not in any way even close to a fucking genocide. So Trump got to spread President Elon's talking point. So he gets up there and he basically lies and shows a bunch of shit that's not true. Let me show you, then I'll debunk it.
Now, this is very bad. These are burial sites right here. Burial sites. Over 1,000.
Okay, these are not burial sites. So these are crosses to represent every attack on a farmer, both black and white. Not burial sites at all. 100% lies. And he got this from white supremacists who are spreading misinformation on the internet because, of course, our president is spreading white supremacist propaganda.
Of white farmers, and those cars are lined up to pay love on a Sunday morning. Each one of those white things you see is a cross, and there's approximately 1,000 of them. They're all white farmers, the family of white farmers. And those cars aren't driving, they're stopped there to pay respects to their family.
And this guy's looking, he's like, what the fuck this orange idiot talking about? These ain't a bunch of fucking crosses of white farmers.
Remember who was killed. And it's a terrible sight. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, I heard about you hadn't. And he's looking.
Both sides of the
road.
Like,
what the fuck is this? Look at his face. Where is this? I've never seen anything like this. I'm literally the president of South Africa. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Those people were all killed.
They weren't.
Have they told you where that is, Mr. President? No, I'd like to know where that is.
Yeah, me too.
This I've never seen.
No, I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Okay. I mean, it's in South Africa.
It's in South Africa. Trust me. So Elon wants to spread lies to the South African president, so he's doing it. And then he had up this picture. This picture proved. Look at this. Look at all the white people being murdered. Held this up to the South African president. But it turns out, this is a picture of a bunch of black women who were raped in the Congo. So, U.S. President Donald Trump brandished a stack of printed articles at the White House Wednesday that he claimed documented a genocide taking place against white people in South Africa. Death to people, death, horrible, death, Trump said as he flipped through the headlines, which he said were published in the last few days at the bilateral meeting. Anyway, long story short, nope, it's black women raped and killed in the Congo. It says right there if you zoom in on it, but it doesn't matter. He knows he can hold it up and show it to the cameras, and the press won't really fact check him too much. And even if they do, the idiots that follow him would just say fake news and not believe it. They'll believe what he says over their own eyes. So, new America, baby. Meanwhile, they accepted the jet. Shocker. The $400 million bribe from Qatar. Yay, America. Pentagon spokesperson, we accepted Qatar's $400 million jet. Like that was ever in doubt. Obviously, Donald Trump going to take every fucking bribe he can get, yo. That's what he was elected for. He's a kid of the candy store. He's got to eat till he fucking pukes. And funny, though. Well, this is not funny. Let me play the other one first. Okay, I'll play this one first. Some reporter asked him about it. They're like, hey, what do you got to say about that $400 million bribe Qatar just gave you? And what do you think he did? Of course, he just attacked the reporter and didn't answer the question because this is presidential as fuck.
Okay. Mr. President, the Pentagon announced it would be accepting a Qatari jet to be used as Air Force One.
What are you talking about?
How dare you ask me a relevant question about a $400 million bribe I'm taking? What are you talking about? You're the worst.
You gotta get out of here. What does this have to do with the Qatari jet? They're giving the United States Air Force a jet.
It's for all of us.
And it's a great thing.
So great.
We're talking about a lot of other things. It's NBC trying to get off the subject of what you just saw. You are you're a terrible reporter. Number one, you don't have what it takes to be a reporter. You're not smart enough. But for you to go into a subject about a jet that was given to the United States Air Force, which is a very nice thing. They also gave $5.1 trillion worth of investment.
Qatar, who has a yearly GDP of $250 billion, gave $5.1 trillion in investment in America. That's what you're saying, Trump?
In addition to the jet, go back. You ought to go back to your studio at NBC because Brian Roberts and the people that run that place, they ought to be investigated. They are so terrible the way you run that network, and you're a disgrace. No more questions from you. Go ahead.
The video quality of the show's only go up to 360 for some reason. Oh shit! God damn it! You're right. I did set it. I set that motherfucker way down because I was doing something. Man, I had so much fucking problems. All right, I'm gonna go away and come right back, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I think we're back. Let's see. Exit connection live since we're live. All right, it should be better now. Should be up. Yeah. So what happened was, holy God, I cannot tell you how hard it was to put all these book videos together where the narrator is fucking reading. Now, the AI tools are really cool, but God damn it, they are barely functional. So I had to do some workarounds to get it to work, and I had to fuck with the video output. So should be better now. And all right, we're back. Let's move on. Blowing up at the reporter, totally presidential. And it was reported Qatar spent millions fawning in MAGA coverage because, of course, they did. All our Middle Eastern overlords, all the rich royals spending their billions to brainwash us to love our orange goof while they pick apart our country and buy it up for peanuts. During the year leading up to the U.S. presidential election, only 10% of the lobbying efforts by agents working on behalf of Qatar were directed at conservative-leaning media. However, after Donald Trump's victory, this focus shifted dramatically. Over half of their outreach was aimed at outlets like Fox News, the New York Post, and the Daily Beast. Qatar's goal was clear: to promote favorable narratives about the emirate, known for its complex ties with Hamas and Iran, and position itself as a reliable partner in the eyes of Trump and his administration. So, yeah, they're sucking Trump's ass. And why wouldn't they? They know how to garner favor with our glorious leader. Yep. Mine says 480. It should be fixed now. I fixed it. I did it. Output now is, 1920 by 1080. 60 frames a second. Work it out, everybody. You got this. I believe in you. And all right. So anyway, even the president of South Africa clowning on Donald Trump. It's pretty funny. Trump bitching about white genocide and whatnot. And so here is the quip from the South African president.
That idiot talks about after viewing a thing where thousands of people are dead.
I'm sorry, I don't have a plane to give you.
I wish you did. I take it. I would take it. If your country offered the United States Air Force a plane, I would take it.
Okay.
But yeah, he's like, I have to show you all the people that just died because of you. And he's like, hey, motherfucker, I'm sorry, I don't have a plane to bribe you with. So you'll get off my nuts. And Trump's like, I wish you did. I would have taken it. We know you'd have taken every fucking bribe, you corrupt sack of goddamn crap. And just total fucking incompetence and idiocy of all goddamn time. Let me play this clip, and then I'll tell you why it's stupid.
Without the United States, the G20, just like the G7, used to be the G8, but brilliantly they threw Russia out. Would have been a lot better if Russia was in. You know, a lot of people would say, oh, that's sad. Because if Russia was in, you probably wouldn't have this war.
Yeah, I got to go to bat for Russia. You shouldn't have thrown Russia out of the G8, because if you wouldn't have thrown them out of the G8, we wouldn't have had this war. But guess what, folks? Guess why they threw them out of the G8? Because of the war. Literally, that's why they're not in there, you fucking moron. How are you the president? Good goddamn whatever. And then, once again, for no fucking reason, this classless sack of crap just being rude to a reporter for no reason. You're not allowed to ask this whiny orange piss baby any serious question, because the only response he has is to shit all over you, cry about it, take his ball and go home.
Andy Harris said that you didn't adequately convince enough people to vote for the bill. The House Freedom Caucus.
You mean after this speech?
After this speech. That's what she
I
said.
think so. Well, what do we see what the vote is? I think it was a great talk. It wasn't a speech. We talked about things. Who do you work for?
Notice.
Who?
Notice.
I don't even know what the hell that is. Get yourself a real job.
I never heard of it, so you must not have a real job. Just goddamn it, how could our president be more classless? How is it possible? Man, I just wish conservatives cared about anything. Reminds me when I was talking to my buddy who I saw at the fucking Quick Trip. And I was talking about the Trump administration and worried about the brown people who's going to round out. He was like, I'm not worried about them. And I was like, yeah, that's why you're a Christian and I'm not. Exactly. You don't give a fucking shit. I said that right to his fucking face, too. And U.S. to pay nearly $5 million to family of Ashley Babbitt, terrorist Ashley Babbitt, who tried to overthrow the government. Her parents get $5 million because Trump went to bat for them, decided to give them money to send a very clear message to everybody. Hey, if you try to overthrow the government, in my name, you can literally do anything. The laws don't apply to you. In fact, if you get hurt while you're trying to overthrow the government, where you're trying to do a coup in my name, I will give you millions of dollars. I will reward you for breaking the law in my name. And message loud and clear. We all know it, folks. Don't expect him to ever fucking leave office. His troops are getting the memo, I can assure you, and I love this cartoon. Great news, everyone. I solved the crisis that I created. Isn't that fantastic? You're amazing, sir. Bats my eyelashes. And yeah, that's 100% of the Trump administration right now. And let's check with the Trump government, see what they're fucking up to. Oh, yeah, here's how you make a living as a right-wing influencer. It's really easy, to be honest with you. I got do is say woke over and over again, being willing to shill any conspiracy, any right-wing talking point, any narrative that helps Donald Trump. But here he was back in 2001 talking about Jeffrey Epstein's murder. And now here he is talking about it now that he is the second in command of the FBI. Let's see if he's consistent.
Listen, that Jeffrey Epstein story is a big deal. Please do not let that story go. Keep your eye on this. Catherine Rumler, we need to keep the heat on this case, folks. There are a lot of people who are knee deep in the Washington swamp who are not telling you the truth about serious allegations out there that Epstein may have had video and audio of people out there doing things they shouldn't have been doing. And you should be asking yourself the question, how is it that all these people, the CIA director, the Obama fixer, Bill Clinton, all intersected paths with Jeffrey Epstein?
Seems like you're leaving somebody out. I wonder who was the president when Jeffrey Epstein was killed. I can't remember. Anybody know? I'm sure it wasn't somebody who was one of Jeffrey Epstein's closest friends, though.
Jeffrey Epstein isn't with us anymore, and nobody seems to want to talk about it. Outside of a few entrepreneurial media outlets saying, hey, this is a big deal.
Now he's second in command of the FBI. Let's see what he's got to say about it.
He killed himself.
Oh, really?
You want me to get... I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
Oh,
listen,
wow. What a
Jeffrey Epstein
change in opinion now they're working for Donald Trump. Weird. And folks, I, from the very beginning, thought Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. But now I have never been more convinced that Jeffrey Epstein was killed by Donald Trump. You've convinced me. You've convinced me of your conspiracy theories. And then they asked both Kash Patel, who is the leader of the FBI, and Dan Bongino, the second in command, about Epstein. Here's what they had to say.
You said Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. People don't believe it.
Well, I mean, listen, they have a right to their opinion, but as someone who has worked as a public defender, as a prosecutor, who's been in that prison system, who's been in the Metropolitan Detention Center, who's been in segregated housing, you know a suicide when you see one, and that's what that was.
Yeah, just a regular suicide, baby. Nothing to see here. It definitely wasn't Donald Trump. Nobody look into it. So, yeah, Donald Trump definitely killed Jeffrey Epstein 100%. And people mad, though. People got mad at both Bongino and Patel. Zachary Petro. Dan Bongino's now being labeled a deep state traitor by Maga after saying Epstein killed himself. Yep, he is. They're all saying that. Anyway, a whole bunch of people, especially QAnon people, upset that they are not sticking by what they originally claimed, which is not surprising. Then let's check with them to see what else they're fucking lying about. I already fact-checked this. Before I play this clip for you, I'll let you know ahead of time. 1% of fentanyl comes from the Canadian border. Meanwhile, here's what the Trump administration is telling us.
In the first 2-3 months that we've been in the seat under Donald Trump's administration, he has sealed the border. He has stopped border crossings. So where's all the fentanyl coming from still? Where's the trafficking coming from still?
It's coming off the legal ports of entry. It's not coming across the border illegally. It's coming right through the 18-wheelers and, people transferring across the legal ports of entry, right? We all know this, right?
Where are all the narco traffickers going? To keep bringing this stuff into the
same place they've always brought it in from.
Country, the northern border.
No, it's not the northern
border.
Our
adversaries have partnered up with the CCP.
No, they haven't.
And others.
No,
Russia,
they haven't
Iran,
done that. Oh
on
my
a
God.
variety of different criminal enterprises, and they're going and they're sailing around to Vancouver and coming in by air. Yep. And the sheer tyranny of distance of the northern border and the lack of cooperation from federal authorities in prior administrations to actually firm up that northern border is what's causing a continuation of violent crime. Now, we're focused on it.
None of that's happening, of course, but they got to demonize Canada somehow to keep conservatives hating them and make it seem like it's a good idea that they keep making us a pariah state for our closest allies. And then Patel of the FBI is shutting down a unit on federal surveillance abuse because why would they want that? The criminals don't want anybody surveilling them. They don't want anybody to hold them accountable for anything. Kash Patel, the FBI director, has closed an internal watchdog office established in 2020 to uncover and reduce the risk of misuses of national security surveillance, according to officials familiar with the matter. But no, folks, they want to surveil every single one of us. They want to track and trace us every step of the way. The swamp has never been deeper. It's never been dirtier. Hey, but it's patriotic. to be tracked and traced now, folks. Now that Trump's president, it's totally patriotic. It's your duty to let them take all your data and know everything you're doing at all times with no oversight. And then on the same tip, DOJ drops brutality lawsuits against city police departments because, yes, hey, the Biden administration wasn't doing much, but a little bit. They were trying to push back against the police brutality, the abuse of power. But no more, baby. A clear message sent to all. The police can literally do whatever they want to do. They can abuse you in any way they want to abuse you, and there ain't shit you can do about it. The United States government hasn't got your back. It's got the back of the police who abuses you. The criminals are 100% in charge. Learn to love it. And I'm just saying, hey, police out there, okay? I know that I've said ACAB before. I know I've been hard on you guys, but I'm going to say this from my heart right now. Legit, from me to you. This is not a threat. This is not a threat. This does not make you safer. This makes you in much more danger than you were before because there's only so much of this shit the American people are going to take. And then we're going to rise up. And you know who's going to get hurt by this? The good cops. The ones who are not fucking abusing people. It's going to blow back on you. That's who's going to get fucking hurt. How much of this do you think the American people are going to take? You think they're going to take it for fucking ever? You abusing them having no way to fight back against you legally, nobody being held accountable. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to boil over. It's going to burn you. It is in your best interest to push back against this as hard as you fucking can before it's too late. But I don't think you will. The Justice Department is dismissing lawsuits against a number of local police departments and ending investigations into patterns and practices of unconstitutional behavior, officials announced Wednesday. And of course, the criminals have taken over. And crime is now legal. As long as you're police, military, a Trump supporter, you can do anything, baby. That's law and order for you. And then on the Trump Watch section, this is what they think about you, folks. This is one of the highest political leaders in the entire world, Rick Scott. This is what he thinks about us.
Of course, one of the sticking points is this business about paying able-bodied 30-year-old men without dependents welfare with no work requirement. Why do some of your colleagues have a problem with that?
It doesn't make sense to me. Number one is if you don't want to work, you're the one that decided you don't want health care.
Yeah, that's right. All of us without health care, us lazy bastards. Hey, we're deciding that we don't want to die because we don't want to work. Motherfucker, I work 90 hours a week. I work till I'm so fucking exhausted. I need days to fucking sleep, and I cannot afford health care, okay? I'm self-employed. My taxes are like goddamn 45%. Rest of my money goes to just kind of scrape by with all this fucking inflation. Can't even barely buy groceries, much less cat food and dog food. But that's what they think about you folks. If you're not working a high-paying job that gives you benefits and shit, you've decided you want to die. You've decided you're worthless and your life doesn't fucking matter. So fuck you and die. That's what he's saying to you. These motherfuckers don't work for us. They don't give a shit about us. How much are we going to take, folks? Man, I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired of it. And here's the free speech absolutists, folks. They want to make sure that you don't get any kind of message that they don't approve. Here's Representative Aaron Huchin saying he thinks 100% tariff on foreign films is a great idea because why not more censorship? Why not more taxes?
And I think that that's one of the big things that he's doing. And he's telling the film industry, as we're telling every other industry, make your goods here in the United States. And that's something that should benefit everybody.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
The
more.
background was Trump said that he was authorizing the relevant government agencies, such as the Department of Commerce, to immediately begin the process of imposing 100% tariffs of all films produced abroad and are then sent into the United States. He added, "We want movies made in America again." What do you think?
Yeah, but Hollywood is dying, at their own hand because they have just gotten so far off of the mark in terms of where the American people are. If you look at,
It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that we all have home theaters now, and we don't want to go to a goddamn theater and sit and hear people fart and talk over the goddamn movie. We can sit at our home and pause when we want to, go take a piss, eat all the snacks we want that don't cost $100 fucking dollars, right? Obviously. Plus, we have streaming services. Everything's available on the fucking internet. But it's woke, y'all.
movies that are culturally more conservative, those tend to do better.
Yeah.
They're changing the narrative in a way that is not healthy for.
Yes, because Hollywood hates money. So they're specifically making movies that fail on purpose.
The next generation in a lot of ways. So, yes, I agree with Brandon. We don't want other countries bringing their propaganda here. And I think that's the most important point.
Yeah, I'd hate for you to bring your propaganda here, like that movie Parasite. Just good God, this country's so fucking stupid. And you know, like every major blockbuster movie depends on foreign sales to justify their budget. So all that's going to happen is reciprocal tariffs, where they put 100% tariff on American movies, and then they can't make any money overseas, so they can't make the movies anymore. So you've killed the movie industry. Great job, Trumpers. Although, in fairness, the movie industry is already going to die. We're going to cover that in the second half of the show. But it's over, rover, jover for both the television industry and the movie industry. That's coming up. And then, folks, somehow, every single time, conservatives find the most annoying motherfucking people to represent them. This time, it's a child. This is a little black kid. I guess he's got cancer. And so they put him in a cop outfit and they parade him around everywhere. And this kid is a dick. He's such a tiny douche. Listen to Emmanuel Lupus here.
Listen, we got to get these people back to work because right now they're sitting here not solving any crime while they're watching you, okay?
You want to know something that I always used to do?
What'd you
And the dudes will always be looking at me like, why did you do that? Because they will always make me the honorary chief. I said, just because y'all looking at me like that, all the women get a day off for the whole week. And they would be like looking at me like that. I said, some women just like to be lazy. I'm just going to say it like that.
You're going to get us all in trouble here.
I'm just saying, though.
I'm just saying. Oh, God, I'm kind of rooting for the cancer a little bit. I don't give a fuck. You guys can fucking hate on me, cancel me. I don't even give a shit no more. Fuck that. Fuck all these little bitches. Fuck this little kid out there being paraded around, chilling for goddamn fascism. I don't give a fuck no more. And then Missouri Republicans repeal paid sick leave law, even though their own constituents already voted for it. They don't work for you. They don't care. Last November, 1,693,000. By the way, I know that lupus is not cancer, but Emmanuel Lupus is too hilarious not to use. I think we can all agree on that one. Anyway, 1,693,000 voters, or 57.57% approved Proposition A in its passage. And so, of course, immediately their representative says, nah, we don't work for y'all. We can do whatever the fuck we want to do. What did that kid say? You didn't hear him? He's in the right occupation. Yep. Little fascist cop. Anyway, hey, I'm just saying, hey, Missouri Republican. Well, I guess I don't have to warn you guys, because the truth is, even though they voted for this and you said no, and you went against your own voters' wishes, they're still going to vote for you, right? In Missouri, they're still going to vote for you. So fuck these people. They don't really deserve paid sick leave. I hope you get sick and die, dummies. And hey, good news. Bill Maher's Heterodox podcast studio shut down. What? Nobody wanted to listen to amazingly hip Bill Maher? Shocker. Bill Maher's uncancelable podcast studio has been canceled. In 2024, the late night comedian launched Club Random Studios, a podcast company built around his show of the same name. But less than 2 years later, the comedian's podcast studio ceased operations. Basically, it was just Chud fucking Central. All he was doing was trying to platform people that shit on the left. Of course he was. That's all they fucking care about. Total information control. It's controlled opposition. There's the good lefty. But he's exactly the same in every goddamn way as every right-wing shithead. And more good news. Apparently, Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan will be extradited to Britain. Yay, American conservative heroes. These rapists and sex traffickers and con men. I'm glad this wasn't America, because Trump would just pardon them. Hopefully, they'll get their just desserts. Good luck in prison, dickheads. And last one for the Chud Watch section. Randy Quaid got it all figured out. So last show, folks, I told you guys some wrong shit. I got confused. It happens sometimes. I make mistakes. I forgot who James Comey was. I was like, I told you guys Comey was a guy who went against Trump trying to overthrow the election. That's not who Comey was. Comey was hired by Obama, and then he went to work for Trump after he was hired by Obama. But people think that he's the one that got Trump elected because for some reason, right before the election happened, he went public and said the FBI was investigating Hillary Clinton, which many people thought sabotaged Hillary Clinton. That's who Comey is, right? And so last show, I told you about the fake manufactured outrage they were doing against Comey because he posted a picture of seashells that said 8647. That just means get rid of Donald Trump. And they were like threatening to lock him up, claiming that he was threatening Donald Trump's life. It was assassination language. They got the Secret Service out there to talk to him and whatnot. But good old Randy Quaid, the guy who saved us from the aliens on Independence Day, he's got thoughts. Let's read them. Randy Quaid says, get Comey's fingerprints on the shells unless he's wearing gloves. But there should definitely be some drool that escaped from his mouth as he gathered shells and fashioned them to create his sinister message threatening Trump's life, knowing it would go viral as a clandestine message for the world agencies to see. Send a couple of guys over to arrest Comey and put him in a double-wide lockup in a corner of the prison yard for being a security risk to America. Yay! Let's lock up people for sharing pictures of seashells and numbers. We're doing great, America. We're doing great. We're going to pull through this, no problem. And then a couple quick before halftime, we're going to talk about President Elon a little bit. Apparently, an FBI agent came out talking about how he has proof that Russian intelligence is operating with billionaires. And then, for some reason, I'm sure it's not related, they arrested this FBI agent. A former FBI agent is currently out on a $100,000 bond after being arrested for attempting to expose what he described as a covert Russian intelligence campaign to gain influence over leading American tech figures, namely Elon Musk and Peter Thiel. The agent, a decorated counterintelligence officer with nearly 2 decades of service, specialized in Russian espionage operations and had previously been commended for his work uncovering sleeper cells and disinformation networks operating inside of the U.S. But now it's the new America. So we arrest the whistleblowers now. We arrest anybody that tells the truth, and the criminals get high-level positions of governments and lots of government contracts worth trillions of dollars because we are a dying country in the throes of death. Death rattle. That's what's happening now, folks. And then, folks, so this is the narrative they're putting out there. They're putting the narrative that Trump is pulling away from Elon Musk some, that Elon Musk is only out with the Trump administration a little bit. And so they ask about, it looks like he's about to fucking cry. Ask him if he's going to continue with Doge. Here's his response.
I think in terms of political spending, I'm going to do a lot less in the future.
Okay, this is the same guy who said right before he gave $300 million to Trump that he was not going to give any money to any candidate. His word means abso-fucking-lutely nothing. He'll say anything. So this is nothing. This is meaningless.
And why is that?
I think I've done enough.
Is it
bullshit? 100 million trillion% bullshit.
Is it because of blowback?
Well, if I see a reason to do political spending in the future, I will do it.
Right.
I do not currently see a reason.
Yeah, I do not right this second see a reason, but you will in 5 minutes and you'll change your fucking mind because you're a goddamn worthless liar. And that is my Chud Watch for this evening. Hell yeah. It was a little spirited one, a little excitable today, Dusty is. A little excited. I got all that plenty of sleep, y'all. Took my caffeine pill. So I'm up. I'm up, baby. Whatever. And hey, you guys want to see more Kitten before we read the super chats? Kitten's over here sleeping. Hey, baby, you want to come over here and say hello to everybody? You want to say hello to everybody? He's like, oh, no, I will say, let go, let go, let go. Okay, you just, all right, that's not good. Okay, thank you. You just spilled your litter everywhere. Okay, I got your litter all over my, that's okay. That's what I wanted. I wanted your cute little litter all over my bed. You cute little mother. Look at this thing. How? Who? What kind of animal would put this thing in a parking lot and leave it alone? Oh, my God. And so many flea bites all over this cute motherfucker. And look how chill. Look how fat that belly is. Been feeding it nothing but chicken and shit. Got some little kitten food. Big old round belly. You're going to explode. You're going to explode. Yeah, I'm sorry I woke you up. All right. We'll bring you back. We'll bring you back at the end of the show for the kitty party at the end. Hell yeah. And all right, let's check the super chats. Oh, let me do a commercial. Hey, you guys know what Patreon is? Shut up, Dusty, but cute cat. That's a really cute cat, dude. So Patreon is like this website where if you like what I do, you chip in a couple bucks a month to help me keep doing it. As you guys know, I don't allow ads to run on my show because fuck ads and I don't sell nothing. I literally just put out free content. I just put out 12 hours worth of free audiobook. I do nothing but put out 10 or more hours of free content every week. And if you enjoy what I do, please consider supporting it because like I've got a business. I literally only make money if you guys chip in and help me out. So if you click the more button, it'll pop down and the very first link is to my Patreon. If you could go to my Patreon and consider becoming a member, I would very, very much appreciate it. And plus, you get access to all the after parties. And tonight we got a good after party. It starts right here and goes down to here. And also, I'm going to take some of you guys' chat, and I'm going to have the narrator of my book, narrate you guys' chat to show you how I did it. It'll be fun. So get your ticket. Come hang out with me tonight at the after party, and thank you in advance. And all right, let's go ahead and move along to the super chats. Another great way to support the world's finest news program. Jason asked me one ticket. Fuck yeah, if you got a ticket, please give Jason Askey your love. And if you want one, you better show up live for your free chance to win a ticket. Rebecca Boys, her and BBC. Keeping this show going. I appreciate you guys. You're so amazing. Already in love with the kitten. I know, right? Little Luigi. Should that name stick? You choose, Rebecca. After another grueling day in rural healthcare, the kitten makes my day. I appreciate you. Everybody, please give your love to Rebecca. She definitely deserves it. One of the heroes out there, not just helping this show, but helping people with her nursing and also out there continuously protesting, phone banking, doing whatever she can to fight the good fight. So a real special person. Thank you, Rebecca. And speaking of special people, BBC, fuck yeah. $50. You know what I'm going to do, BBC? I'm going to read you sexy. If only the people in Gaza got the same health care and opportunity to have their lives saved as Joe Biden. Fuck Joe Biden. I am finding very difficult to have sympathy for his situation. Used to be a urology nurse and know what his survival chances are. Yeah, they're bad, real bad and good. Poor cancer. I feel bad for the cancer, to be honest with you. And thank you, everybody. Love immediately, all of it, BBC. Jake and Sir Clever Apple inside joke. Luigi Miaugione. That's good. I love that. That's mine now. I'm stealing it. $5 from Darnez. New kitty needs food money. Happy to oblige. His name should be Bobastis, the exotic cat from The Watchmen. I was thinking Gorgeous George. Gorgeous George, the gorgeous little kitty cat. Agent Orange 25, thank you, Agent. I'm late. Here's my tithe. And give Scritches the new adorable fur baby. Fuck yeah. I'm going to clean up the litter that's all over my bed right now in your honor, Agent Orange. Thank you. $5 from V for the new fur baby. Please give him some pets for me. All right, extra pets. There you go. Pets for you, V. $10 from MJ. This bill does not add to the deficit. I know, right? Words have no meaning anymore. It's just lies all the fucking time. But I guess that's what American deserves, right? Well, we don't deserve better. Swaggering cat. Sexy time. The Farrells are disappointed. He's not one of them. But send their regards to the kid nevertheless. I know he's not feral at all. He's tame as shit. The other ones I rescue were way more fucking feral. Hardly let you even touch them. They bitches. But this one, sweet as shit. I think he knows he done got a good deal out of it. And as always, thank you, Swagger and Cat. Everybody heap your love on Superhero the Show. Swagger and Cat, very generous. Thank you. Smoky Stew is delicious and says, little something for Luigi Kitty. Precious, fuck, you're precious. Smoky Stew, good to see you tonight. Mikey Savage, $5. Take my money, Silver Fox. Woo! Hell yeah. Nature Boy, Dusty Smith. I'll take all your money. We'll catch on the replay. Love you and love the show, Dusty. She'll let you back, Mikey. Thank you, you savage. Seth LeBron, $2. Name him Violet. Just like it's a boy's name. We already got a cat named Violet, so that doesn't work. BBC, 10 tickets. Fuck yeah, BBC. If you got a ticket, please give BBC your love. Just give Tim and you lucky motherfuckers a ticket. And if you want your chance to win a free ticket, you got to show up live because they are randomly given out by the heroes on this show. So come hang out with us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. And right now, if you got a ticket, give BBC your love and come hang out with us at tonight's after party. Check the community section of YouTube for the link to the after party. You'll find it. But moving on, folks. It's what you've been waiting for. It's religious bullshit. I bet you guys can't guess what happened. Religious bullshit. What? Religious bullshit. Are you pastor did what? No way. It's time for religious bullshit. It is time for religious bullshit. Yeah! Folks, you're never going to believe this. They finally caught one. Oklahoma youth pastor gets 14 years on child porn charges. What? A former youth pastor was sentenced today for attempting coercion and enticement of a minor in possession of child pornography. According to court documents from December 2023 to March 2024, Chin Sethagid knowingly entered an online chat room. He engaged in several conversations and initiated a conversation with someone he believed to be 14. Oopsies. Enjoy prison, shitbird. And fresh off the boat, folks. Man, I wish I made as much money as televangelist. I like sleeping too much to do it, but no grift like the guy grift. Look at this guy. $8,589 for this ugly fucking jacket. Look at him sweating his ass off, wearing that full-size hot-ass jacket in your church while you get up there preaching underneath all those hot-ass lights. What a fucking moron, but I guess it's better to look good than to feel good, right? You idiots. But to be honest with you, I'm starting to have a different view on televangelists, on these con artists. To be honest with you, they're just entertainers. And it seems like the people they're entertaining really like them. They really enjoy the entertainment they've received, and they just want to reward these people for being entertained. So, I'm starting to be okay with it. Whatever you have to do, bilk every dime you can out of these fucking idiots. As long as they're happy, who am I to judge? Buy your ugly ass $9,000 jackets. I don't even know if this is a parody or not. I don't know if this is fake. I assume it's real because it's Christianity and you can't even tell anymore. It's post-law. But what do you guys think? Is this real? This says this fabric is literally biblical and healing.
Check.
Okay, it looks like an old sackcloth, but continue.
Hey, whoa.
Linen vibrates at 5,000 hertz. Okay, what? Same as prayer. What? Prayers vibrate at 5,000 hertz? Wouldn't that depend on how loud you're saying it or quiet? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Used in temple garments and ancient healing.
So happy I'm alive today.
Bitch, you wearing a potato sack.
I'm so happy I can see the light today.
God designed you for more than polyester. Oh my God. He designed me more to listen to your dumbass bullshit. Now people get mad at me because I said bitch. That's how fucking petty the left is. Dusty, I would support you, but you're a misogynist that says bitch. All right, dive in. I don't give a shit. Whatever. Nazis fucking knocking at your door. Don't fucking support one of the few motherfuckers standing up against this shit because I said bitch. Don't, motherfuckers, don't. Deserve every goddamn thing you get, motherfucking morons. And then on religious bullshit, I'm a little bit bitter about that, y'all, to be honest with you. I'm a little bit bitter. Bitching getting to me a little bit. Imagine living this way, y'all. Don't give a shit about anybody else's time. No consideration for a fellow human being. Just whatever you want to do, show your ass. Have people hear your voice.
Everyone listen up! The rapture is coming. That means that all the Christians are going to disappear. If you're not ready...
Oh my God. Hey, first off, please don't threaten me with a good time. Good Lord, I wish this was true. Imagine if pieces of shit like you who think you have the right to run through the store and just scream your ancient horse shit at people like it's real would just disappear in a fucking heartbeat. That's a dream come true, baby. Unfortunately, you're a cult member and a fucking moron. It's never going to happen, but good God, a boy can dream.
Jesus, you will get left behind.
I want to be left behind.
I said you will get left behind.
I hope so. Good God, imagine going to heaven with this motherfucker.
It's a game. You think it's a joke, but it's not.
I do think you're a joke.
That day is coming soon. The day of Jesus.
So all this is terrorism. He's trying to scare you. Hey, you guys are going to be left behind. You're going to be tortured. You better join my cult before you get tortured for eternity, before you fucking regret it. It's just trying to threaten you, trying to scare you because he's a cowardly sack of shit. And this ain't got nothing to do with Jesus. This is all about this motherfucker. This is about his ego, about him feeling he's important, about his delusions of grandeur, that he can save people. Just fucking idiocy. Fuck all y'all. God damn it. Come on, Jesus. What are you waiting for? It's been 2,000 years. Get the fucking hell off the pot already. And folks, remember, I was one of the first people ever to cover this story. I covered it 2 years before it was covered in the mainstream. Literally, I broke this story 2 years before anybody else paid attention to it. About how Liberty University president Jerry Falwell was a cuck, and his wife and him were fucking the pool boy, and then they were buying the pool boy like $2 million gay hotels in order to keep him quiet. Remember? Well, anyway, apparently they settled out of court for $15 million because being a con artist really pays, and because being a hypocritical sack of shit, because fucking the pool boy, apparently incredibly lucrative if you're a conservative. And of course, this is one of the guys who helped Trump get elected. Always the same type of people, the worst among us, flocking together to rule us. And then, folks, everybody's favorite self-proclaimed prophet, Johnny In-Law, is back, and he wants you guys to know that Trump is more than just our president.
Speaking of President Trump, which is something a few programs ago I told you, in the eyes of the Lord, he's not just president of the United States, he's king of the world from the standpoint he is the top. If you look at kingdom assets for the mountain of government for the world, President Donald J. Trump is number one from heaven's standpoint. And so it's so obvious.
Yay! From a heaven standpoint, Donald Trump is the king of the world. And I think I speak for everybody when I say, let's nuke heaven. Let's burn that motherfucker down. Fuck heaven!
That you're having people who have Muslim background or whatever other background saying, yeah, he's king of the world.
Definitely. All the Muslims saying Trump is king of the world. Instead, they know that he's an orange goof they could just pay off and buy in order to buy up America, own us, which they will. And that on religious bullshit. Let's check in with the super loving Christians and see what they have to say this week. Joe Webbin, who has 35,000 subscribers, he does a live show. He's a Christian podcaster, says, Christians must recover the lost virtue of hatred. If not, Christianity will survive, but the West will be finished. That's right, Christians. Would you guys finally read the words of Jesus about how you're supposed to hate everybody? About how if your enemy slaps you on the cheek, you're supposed to punch him in both of his cheeks? About how you're supposed to hate your enemy like you hate yourself? Remember? Come on, y'all. Crack your Bibles, Christians. There's no hate like Christian love, folks. And then last but not least on religious bullshit. Y'all, I don't know if this is true or not, but I want to believe it, so I do. Apparently, Joe Rogan is converting to Christianity. This coming from Wes Huff.
Joe Rogan and I have had on and off communication since then. I can tell you for a fact that he is attending a church and that that has been a consistent thing. And so, you know, things are happening, and he's a very inquisitive individual, and I think for the better in that he's communicating.
So inquisitive, Joe Rogan, the best among us. I don't know if it's true or not, folks. I remember he used to have a lot of his stand-up material making fun of Christians. Had a whole set he used to do about Noah's Ark and how stupid you would have to be to believe it. Used to have, before he started the Joe Rogan podcast, he used to do the series of videos, like behind the scenes of his comedy shows, and he would like bring Christians on and just rag the shit out of them, just make them look like fucking complete fools. But, you know, money changes you. So maybe he's jumping on the conservative grift in that way. Wouldn't fucking surprise me at all. I don't think it'll surprise anybody. And all right, folks, that is my religious bullshit for this evening. Russell Brand's a Christian now, too. Yep, all the con artists, they know. As long as you're a giant sack of shit, you can get away with it if you're a conservative because there's no rules, baby. No morals, no decency. In fact, the less decency you have, the better. That's what they reward. Ron will lead a mega church one day. He doesn't need to. Making way more money just doing the dumb shit he does. This boring-ass, goofy fucking show. Wait, but it's the number one podcast in the world, and I can barely get 500 people watch the show now. The ratings have crashed in this show. You can see how much I give a shit about it. I'm literally banning people. It is whatever at this fucking point, y'all. If I have to do the show for 10 people, I do it for fucking 10 people. It's all good to me. It's so easy to do. Yep. Always money in the Christian stand. Russell Brand is like, hey, you're still at my gig. Hey, there's plenty of room. Plenty of one in the Christian grift. Jesus got all the money. And too irreverent to survive Trump's America. I hope I don't have to leave, man. I don't want to fucking leave, to be honest with you. But what you going to do? You do what you got to do. And all right, move along, folks. I don't have the intro. But now that I finished my book, y'all, I'm going to redo the whole show and make new graphics and shit. So there will be an intro for this one. This was Free Palestine. And first off, on Free Palestine. So you guys know who Theo Von is? So Theo Von is this giant dipshit, chud-ass sack of crap. And yeah, I fucking said it. This guy, I used to be more popular than Theo Von. Back when I first started, he was just coming up, and he basically did everything I refused to do. He jumped on the SJW bandwagon. He did everything he could to shill right-wing talking points, to platform right-wing dickheads, to do his little stupid, I'm just a dumbass hayseed, where he allows his platform to spread the most vile right-wing bullshit to help every right-wing politician. In fact, me and him had an interaction one time because I said Sarah Huckabee, back when she was the White House spokesperson, I said that she was the most miserable looking person I've ever seen because she looked miserable. And he basically chastised me, saying I shouldn't make fun of her looks, which I wasn't doing. I was saying that she looks like she doesn't want to be there. She looked miserable. But he was taking up for Sarah Huckabee, of course, because that's what he fucking is. All he does, he'll have like a Bernie Sanders on there every once in a while, like Joe Rogan will do. But almost entirely, it's just right-wing dickheads that he sits on there and he shills for and lets them say whatever they want on his platform and backs them up. He's always hanging out at the UFC events with Dana White. He's always sucking Donald Trump's nuts. So this week, he decided to get out there and puts out his pro-Palestine Gaza video, which I support. I 100% support, y'all. But also, it's the fakest, most virtual signaling shit. So it's, what are we doing, folks?
You know, I wanted to say something. There's been something that's...
But here he is last week, folks. Literally the same guy hanging out with Ivanka and Jared Kushner. Literally hanging out with the same motherfucking people doing the genocide. Not saying a word to these people who are doing it. Not saying a word to his friends doing the child murder. Yet he gonna get his podcast and act like he'd give a fucking shit. Fake as shit. But you wouldn't believe how many left-wingers I see continuously sucking this guy's nuts because the left are the dumbest motherfuckers. The left are dumber than the right are. I'm sorry. The right are more dishonest. The right are more evil. But the left are just fucking stupid as shit. They have no idea how to protect themselves, how to battle. Just the weakest sacks of crap. Fuck the left. God damn it. I'm sorry. I am going to alienate my audience, but I'm just tired of it. Anyway, watching everybody suck this guy's dick on the left, and there were so many on my timeline. And it's not the first time I've seen him do it. It happens over and over and over again. It's like no matter how obvious it is, the person is not on your side. No matter how obvious it is, the person is not helping you. The left will do everything they can to launder somebody's fucking reputation. Unless it's somebody actually doing good, and they'll tear you the fucking shit down immediately. Anyway, a lot of people calling him out for it. I'm glad to see it. Like Roy Jones Jr., laughing my ass off if you fall for his once-a-month crocodile tears. Yeah, you fucking morons. I think it's cool that this guy does the occasional cry, weepy 30-second clips about Gaza as he then goes jet-setting with genocidal Zionists directly responsible for the mass beheading, burning alive, raping, and killing of Palestinian babies, children, and women and men. Yep, me too. Zach Fox calls him out. Don't let this piece of tornado bait. I like that one. I hadn't heard that before. Don't let this piece of tornado bait fool you. He be blowing hookah smoke and doing key bumps with Trump, his family, and some of the literal architects of the genocide he's fake crying about. And yes, he is. Every week. Tomorrow, he's going to have some other right-wing dickhead on there, and he's going to spread their fucking propaganda and talk about wokeness and shit on the fucking left to make the goddamn problem work because they don't actually give a fuck. All of these people fake as shit. But Tim Pool mad at him, saying Bald Tim Pool is mad at you. You must be doing something right. Bald Tim Pool, who met with Netanyahu. Zionist bald, funded by Russia, shill Tim Pool. It's one thing to criticize the war. It's another to call it a genocide. Massive swing to one side on an issue he doesn't know much about. Hey, I know a lot about this issue, and it's a motherfucking genocide, Tim Pool. Everybody knows it. Nobody fucking believes you. You bought and paid for a slime bag, but this is what gets rewarded in our country. This is who gets the millions. Total information control. Because left, too worried that somebody said the word bitch. Meanwhile, in America, kneecap member charged with terror offense. Yep. Because it's okay to genocide babies, murder children, ethnically cleanse people, but how dare you call them out for it? Can't have that, because we are ruled by Zionists all over the world. A member of Irish language hip-hop group Kneecap has been charged with a terror offense. Liam O'Hara, age 27 from Belfast, has been charged via postal requisition with displaying a flag in support of Hezbollah. How much do you think we're going to take? I'm just saying, hey, BBC, all the politicians over in the UK, I know you don't think that we're going to stand up to you ever, that people are ever going to rise up against you, but maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. We'll see. I think there's going to be a fuck around and find out a moment eventually. But folks, good news. Israel has finally lost Piers Morgan. So maybe we're making progress. Piers Morgan, one of the biggest, evilest sacks of shit to ever live, has a propaganda show that just sucks Israel's nuts, spreads whatever propaganda they want. He was like the winner of The fucking Apprentice. Trump nug hugger, right-wing dickhead, Piers Morgan. Even he jumping off the Israel bandwagon. Let's have a listen.
Listen, you and I have talked about this war in Gaza for ever since it started, this phase of the 75-year conflict. And I have resisted going as far as you have done in your criticism of the Israeli government. I resist no more. I think we've reached common ground about what we view is happening and has been happening.
It only took 20,000 dead children? Only took the obvious complete genocide of a people. I guess better late than never, Pierce, but come on, dude.
Through this period of this blockade, which frankly is just starvation of the people there, including so many innocent young women and children. And I think that the incessant bombing and killing, and we don't know how many civilians have been killed, but it is on a daily basis. It looks like hundreds of people every day, with no apparent attempt, it seems to me, to have any real plan for how this ends or what happens when it ends, other than if you look at what Smodrich has been saying, probably the most right-wing member of a very right-wing government, he is talking in a genocidal language about kicking all the Palestinians out.
They've always done
that.
So
I think you and I have reached a place in the last few weeks where we are in agreement.
Just now in the last few weeks, imagine it taking this long to come around. Like, holy God, Pierce, have some shame, motherfucker.
But my question for you, Mehdi, is,
like, if this is true, if you're just now figuring out you were wrong about this, and then what you've been doing for the last couple of years has helped the genocide of a bunch of people, wouldn't you feel so bad that all you would do is sit there and apologize and cry? I know if I helped a bunch of children get murdered, I would have some serious fucking remorse for it.
How does this end?
I don't know the answer to that question, Piers, and I'm glad we're in agreement. I wish we weren't. Actually, I wish I had been wrong and you were right. I wish that a year ago when I said on your show, you said, well, if it's not about the hostages, what's it about? And I said, it's about depopulating Gaza. It's about conquering Gaza. I wish I'd been wrong. But as you said, Bezalel Smotrich, the finance minister in the Israeli government, said this week, we are there to conquer, cleanse, and remain. Those are his words. We are disassembling Gaza, he said. We are leaving it as piles of rubble. He says, we're doing something that no one's done in the world before. He bragged out loud, and he said, yes, the Gazans will have to leave. So all of those things are stuff some of us were saying last year. I wish we hadn't been vindicated in this horrific way. The killing is ongoing. The starvation is ongoing. And look, I do hope that a dam is bursting. You mentioned the genocide word. Shmuel Lederman, who is an Israeli researcher of genocide, spent much of 2024 saying it's not a genocide, it's not a genocide. He was interviewed by a Dutch newspaper last week. He said, I've changed my position. It is a genocide. He said, in my field, there's a consensus among genocide scholars that it's a genocide. In fact, that Dutch newspaper interviewed 7 leading scholars of genocide, every single one.
Obviously, it's a genocide, folks. I mean, come on. Nobody actually believes at this point it's not a genocide. Bald Temple doesn't believe it. None of them believe it. They'll just say fucking anything because they don't care. They're psychopaths who are fine with brown people being murdered, sent to concentration camps for doing nothing because they're evil. Literal demons live upon us, folks. And they're rewarded for it. The more demonic you are, the more this country just heaps on you in reward. Meanwhile, whistleblower reveals that the BBC has directly instructed them to safeguard Israel's image. No surprise here.
Israel has a right to defend itself.
That was the editorial line that was drilled into us, into all of our coverage. It was really an integral part of the editorial stance. To a guest talking about, Israeli airstrikes killing Palestinians in Gaza, that would be the response from our presenters.
Denying access to food is collective punishment, and that we should all be clear in saying that.
Israel will argue, obviously, that it has a right to defend itself.
People were terrified of using the word genocide in coverage. They still are. You will very rarely see it in any BBC coverage. And if an interviewee says the word genocide,
this is a genocide happening in front of our eyes.
We have, that word is, as you know, incredibly emotive, and the Israelis, as you know, will be saying that they are targeting Hamas only.
The presenter will
I just hope when the revolution happens, everybody remembers who was responsible. I hope Piers Morgan doesn't get off the hook. It's too little too late, buddy. I hope every single one of these people, every one of them gets what's coming to them.
Always panic.
The Labour Party, of all political parties, which has always had a strong peace contingent within it, is now actually supporting genocide.
Okay, if we can maybe just avoid that language, if that's okay.
This is not journalism, folks. This is Wag the Dog. This is your rulers deciding what you can and cannot say, what you can and cannot hear. And then, folks, whenever somebody does something decent, brave, heroic, of course, the right has to be there to shit on them because being decent, brave, and heroic is the opposite of everything they stand for. Here's a Nazi Barbie, Tommy Lord. Why are old white liberal grandmas so angry and bitter? It's because they're genociding children and starving them. They're literally starving thousands of children. They've already murdered thousands of them. That's why, Tommy. Because some people actually, even if they're not Christians, they believe in the words of Jesus Christ. They believe in he who hurts this child. It is better that a millstone be thrown around their neck and then to be thrown into the sea than to hurt one of these little children. Some of us have read the fucking Bible. We might not believe it, but we do believe in empathy and love and protecting children. But not you. Not you. No decency. There's no decency anywhere on the fucking Republican side. Case in point, here's typical Zionism for you. Here they are screaming at students who are trying to stop child murder and genocide and bragging about how they don't have the First Amendment rights in this country anymore, about how they're all going to be fucking deported because they dare speak out against their genocidal masters.
Anybody on a visa, raise your hand. Who's on a visa? Anybody on a visa, raise your hand. You're getting
They're just so gleeful and they're evil. Like literally, it's the demons in there. Bye. You don't have any free speech in America anymore. You don't have the right to say what you want to. You can't speak out while we murder children. We're going to deport you all. We own you. And they do. Like, what can I say, folks? They own us. This is our boss. So, oh well, America. What the fuck? What can you say? It's a garbage country. Die, die, die. Fuck it. And that is my Free Palestine for this evening. And I'll tell you what's going to happen right now. I mean, Hassan says that he don't know, but I know. They're going to genocide them, and they're going to take their fucking land, and they're going to build hotels and beachfront property on it, and the world ain't going to do goddamn shit about it. That's exactly what's going to fucking happen. That's what's going to already happen. That's what's going to fucking happen. Nobody should pretend otherwise. It's what I've said from the fucking very beginning. It's what's going to happen. And yeah, baby started right now. I paid my taxes, though. I paid my fucking taxes. I paid for their death. I didn't throw my bodies against the gears of the machine because I'm too much of a fucking coward. Whatever happens to me fucking happens, y'all. I deserve it just like any fucking body else. I'm no exception. If I had a goddamn ounce of courage in my body, I would have not paid my fucking taxes. But I don't want to fucking go to jail. I'm too fucking pretty for jail. Holy shit, y'all. I'd be so popular in jail. Look at me. Look at me. These tiny little girl hands. Look at these girl hands. I'd be stroking so many dicks. I don't want to stroke no dicks, y'all. So anyway, move along. Let's do some Trash World. Sing along to the words. Trash World is a trash world. It's a dumpster fire and it's hellish. A trash world. A Trash world, everything sucks, especially my lips in prison. In the trash world, la, 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 la. So soft, never done a day's of work. Feels so good on your dick. I'm in every wrong button, every wrong button. I'm in every wrong button. Where is it? Oh my God, I'm bad at this. All right, I did it. Yay, me. First time I've ever done the show, folks. And first off, all right, trash world. Look at these soft hands. Look at those hands, baby. You sexy little midget digits. I know you're not supposed to say that, but it's my own finger, so it's okay for me to say that. All right. Anyway, major corporate sponsors withdraw from New York City Pride Parade because they never believed it, folks. So let's remember who these fucking sellouts are. They're afraid that they're going to get in trouble from their orange daddy, Donald Trump, so they're backing away from supporting lesbians and gays because they never believed in it. Roughly 1/4 of the corporate donors in New York City's annual Pride festivities have either canceled or scaled back their support this year, citing economic uncertainty and fear the Trump administration could punish corporations. Yeah, what about your consumers? Worry about your consumers. Going to give you that Target treatment. Target doing pretty fucking bad because they abandoned the gays and lesbians, and now everybody's abandoning you. So, hey, fuck corporations. Always the same. They don't actually believe what they say. They're just trying to make a buck, whatever's popular at the time, whatever appeals to the most customers. Just curious if I sent it to the right place. What did you send? Probably did. I only check my P.O. box every couple days, every 3 or 4 days. So if you sent me something recently, I probably ain't got it yet. But what did you send, Most Staff? And all right. And finally, some good news. Apparently, Joe Biden got the ass cancer. And folks, this is why I no longer call myself a Democrat. This is why I hate the Democratic Party now. Now, I don't hate the Democratic Party as much as I hate the Conservative Party. No, I don't. I don't hate Democrats as much as I hate MAGA. I do not think the Democrats are as bad as MAGA is. 100%, they're fucking not. As far as the lessers of two evils go, the Democrats are way, way lesser of an evil than MAGA is Republicans. No doubt about that. But that does not mean the Democrats are good. That doesn't mean the Democrats are not fucking evil. In fact, they are incredibly fucking evil. In fact, they are incredibly useless. This is George Takei, Star Trek star George Takei, and he cannot suck goddamn Joe Biden's nuts enough. This guy doesn't give a shit about the Palestinian people. In fact, I would say 60% of Democrats don't give a fuck. In fact, if you try to call Joe Biden out for the genocide, they get mad at you. They're fine with the genocide. You better not dare call their boy out for it. They'll attack you for it. And this is literally why I will not call myself a Democrat anymore. Here's George Takei. Biden is a class act. Dude literally funded, provided the bombs, covered up for, lied to the American people for child murder, for genocide, for ethnic cleansing. I hate these people. I hate them. I hate them, folks. And if you're aligned with these people, I hate you too. I don't give a fuck if I lose you. To be honest with you, I don't give a fuck anymore, folks. It almost seems like this show might be on its way out a little bit. And at this point, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm at the point where I'm just ready to say whatever the fuck I want to say and not be such a nice guy. I was holding back, to be honest with you. But now the gloves are starting to come the fuck off because I hate so many of these Democrats on here cheering for Joe Biden, telling me what a great fucking guy this child murderer is. Yeah, this is decency, folks. This is decency. Look at this fucking shit. The guy that supplied every single one of these bombs, the guy that funded it, the guy that went to the UN and made sure Israel had no accountability for this is not a decent man. And anybody who tries to tell me this motherfucker's a decent man, get the fuck away from me. I don't want you to watch this show. I feel dirty entertaining you. If you're this much of an evil shithead, I don't want to entertain you. I want you to be miserable. I don't want you to have fun. Kitty agrees with me. You hear the kitty squealing over there? Kitty's like, what you yelling about, Daddy? Hey, it's your first podcast, Cat. You'll get used to it. Meanwhile, they're shitting on fucking Hassan Abbey. Not because he's ugly as shit, which I can understand, but because he is shitting on Joe Biden. Rightfully. Here's Armand Damaluski, founder of Young Democrats. I don't feel very fondly about former president right now, but making like react slop content like this is just unnecessary. It's literally the most necessary motherfucking thing ever. The guy genocided children, you sack of fucking crap, okay? Everybody jumping on Hassan, y'all. All these Democrats. Drew Pavlov said, honestly, just a really shitty and unpleasant person. Guys, he wasn't talking about the guy who murdered a bunch of children. He's talking about the guy who called out the guy for murdering a bunch of children. These are Democrats, folks. I want nothing to do with you. Nothing. Nothing. You're dead to me. You're useless. Your party can't fucking die quick enough. Just like Joe Biden. And I agree with Hassan Abbey. I'll close my eyes and try to read it without looking at his face. The MSM is already actively laundering the reputation of war criminal who, I can't see it, oversaw the genocide of Palestinians whose selfish nature allowed Trump to win a second term. Joe Biden is an awful monster. Prostate cancer doesn't change that. Dead on, Hassan Abbey. Put a bag over that head and say it again, buddy. And speaking of ugly ass Hassan Abbey, you know who hates him? Ethan Klein. Good God. So this is another reason I hate Democrats, y'all. Okay, so Hassan Abbey is basically the only progressive podcaster in the world that's doing anything. He's the only thing we got. There are a couple other lefties, but they're all Zionists. Like Ethan Klein, he has like the number 6 most popular podcast on YouTube somehow. I don't know how. It's the dumbest, most twitchy garbage shit. People are also mad at me for calling Ethan Klein a twitchy weirdo. Whatever. Anyway. But Hassan's basically all we got. They have a hate crew against Hassan, the alternative lab, which is like Destiny, Zionist, war criminal apologist, child murder apologist, Destiny, sex pest, and creepy ass, twitchy ass Ethan Klein, Zionist, war criminal apologist, sacks of shit. They're the Democrat side that are all against Hassan Abbey. Now here's Ethan Klein bragging about how he's going to sue this left-wing podcaster and take the money that she raised for Gaza. She literally raised money for the children being murdered in Gaza. And here's Ethan Klein, like a Bond villain, cackling about how he's going to take all that money.
Noah just did this massive fundraiser. And let's say, hypothetically, I'm planning to sue a bunch of these people. They just keep raising money because Noah's like, let's prove to Ethan that we can raise the money to fight this lawsuit, which is fine. Like I said, I prefer them raise the money so that I know that at least there's something left when I win, right? Man, that's just logic. That money's coming to me eventually, so it's good. If he was bankrupt, I wouldn't collect it all. So in a way,
money he raised for Gaza,
he's crowdfunding. But I do think it's funny.
But he's not crowdfunding for his lawsuit.
No, well, he said, I'm going to crowdfund, but I'm doing it to prove that we can. I said, instead of crowdfunding for the lawsuit, I'm going to crowdfund for Gaza.
But that's like an actual good cause.
Yes, it is.
So
So what's funny though is that he's asking his audience to chip in to prove, right, that he can crowdfund.
It doesn't prove anything like but the sort at all.
There's got to be a limit. Like he can't go and you think he's going to go?
Well, also more people are obviously more willing to give to a cause that's going to a good cause versus some dude's lawsuit.
Yeah, totally. That too. But like at the end of the day,
as the 6th most popular I can't get 500 people to watch the show. This is what they're watching, folks. This is what the Democrats are watching. I shit you not. This is what they're watching. I couldn't hate you people more, to be honest with you. I mean, I guess you could be MAGA. I hate MAGA more. I'm not kidding. I do hate MAGA more, but I do hate you guys too. Don't believe me. There's plenty of hate in my heart for everybody at this point. And the rewriting history right before our eyes, folks. Speaking of Joe Biden, Piper says, I may lose followers. Oh, you're so brave. Some bravery about to happen here, folks. But this is how I feel. Biden is going to die surrounded by family. He allowed many to die alone and scared. So many lost the opportunity to say goodbye to their loved ones and provide them with a proper burial. He didn't care. Forgive me if I have zero sympathy for him and his family. Only if you're playing at home, you already know. That was Trump. Trump was fucking president when that happened. Okay? As they're all saying here, hi, I ran a COVID field hospital in New York during the pandemic. That was Trump. I know time is weird and your brain is clearly broken, but the lockdowns were under Trump. You can Google it, really. This literally happened under Donald Trump. The world shut down under Trump. People couldn't be with their loved ones under Trump. What is this bizarre rewriting of history? But it doesn't matter, folks. This woman could Google it and find out she was wrong, and it would only make her more sure that she's right. It would only make her double down on her stupidity. You can't reason with these people because they don't give a shit if what they're saying is true or not. Literally have the brains of goldfish. Can't remember what happened 4 fucking years ago. And no, George Wendt died. Norm from Cheers. I used to watch Norm when I was a kid. Rest in peace, Norm. Miss Norm in heaven. That's a good picture, y'all. That's a good picture of Norm in heaven. And dude looked like he was 50 when he was 30. Weird times back in the day. Pretty good show. Cheers. He was around back then. And Ethan lost a lot of followers. Yeah, but I'm talking about like still. He still has the 6th biggest podcast. They just put out a new list, and he was like 6th. So he might have lost a bunch, but he's still one of those popular people out there. That's what they're still watching, regardless. And last but not least, on the trash world, did you guys hear about the woman in Georgia, the black lady who is dead, brain dead? Technically, she's dead, but they're keeping her body alive because they have a law there that you can't abort a fetus, and she's pregnant. And they say that the baby is not even going to survive, but they still can't legally abort the baby, so they're keeping her alive against her own family's wishes. And so now her family has to pay like millions of dollars in medical bills while they're forced to keep her alive against their will. Did you guys hear about that? That's a super cool, heartwarming story. The state of Georgia is keeping a deceased black woman's corpse hooked up to machines against her family's wishes because she was 9 weeks pregnant. And they cannot let them shut off the machines because it violates their anti-abortion laws. It's torture, says her family. Yes, it is, folks. But hey, you are an incubator, right? You're a slave still. You don't have the right to your own body. You will, I guess, be a zombie corpse and love it, according to conservatives. And that's my trash world for this evening. I'm glad the show's not depressing. You know what we need? Kitten. Kitten, that'll fix everything. Come on, kitty. Come on. Get your cat ass out here. Get your cute little motherfucking ass out here. Hey, yeah. Kittens make everything better. Yeah. So this is why I don't commit suicide. This is why I'm usually not that depressed, y'all, because I spend a lot of my time petting cats, like a good percentage, a chunk of my day just sitting around petting these little purry motherfuckers, and they keep me balanced and centered. I know it seems like I'm a crazy, unhinged maniac, but I'm really not, y'all. I'm actually very calm in real life, okay? I just get a little bit excited on this fucking show because it's awful. I can't help it. But anyway, little Luigi, so cute. Mwah, 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 mwah. You so loved. You were so loved. Look at this thing. Look, it's so cute. God damn it. Too cute to live. More cat later. And all right, folks, get your super chats in. If you've enjoyed the show so far, please reward me for it so me and the cats don't die. But for now, it's time for What the Fuck? And folks, all the what the fucks this week are the same. Did you guys see the movie industry is dead? It's true. So yesterday, a giant leap in AI video technology was released. Google's VO3 out of fucking nowhere, folks. And I'm going to show you several videos made by the new Google AI system. And holy shit, guys, this is incredible. This is next level. Everybody, the movie industry, the TV industry, just shit themselves. Here we go. Let's take a look at some of the examples. What I'm about to show you, 100% AI, y'all.
We can talk.
No more silence.
Yes, we can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk with accents.
Oh, I think that would be marvelous.
Yes, it is very fun. But
yes, it is very good.
It's very fun.
I can talk.
Yes.
We can talk.
Yes.
Yeah. We can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk.
Yes.
We can talk. No.
Yes.
We can talk as cartoons.
This is amazing.
Imagine all the narrative possibilities.
We can sing talk.
Let's talk.
So, what are we going to talk about now? What are we going to talk about now that we can talk?
I have no idea. What do you want to talk about?
Now that I can talk.
Nothing. I don't know if I have something to say.
We can talk about how magical this is.
So all these videos were done in one single prompt. They just typed a prompt in, and the videos popped out just like this, folks.
Do you think I am real?
So, yep. If you guys want to know why I've been fucking around with this book that no one gives a shit about and is reading, this is why, folks. I saw this coming. The technology is going to be so good in a year or two from now. Independent creators like myself will be able to make our own movies. 100% of this is AI, folks. This guy's not real. This video game is not real.
Oh my God, the graphics are insane. This is so amazing.
They literally typed in one prompt and got this, folks. More examples.
The golden grain of morning sustenance. But where is the heraldry?
Literally every commercial going to be this.
The O's truly dragon-slaying fuel.
Everybody will have to use it. How are you going to compete? How are you going to compete with this? Now, unfortunately, right now, this is still incredibly expensive. Every single one of these 8-second videos that you see costs $4 to make. They have a new plan for Google Gemini that's $250 a month. And for that $250, you get to generate 80 videos. And my experience tells me only maybe 1 out of every 8 videos is usable. So basically, you pay $250 for 8 videos. It's so expensive, it's out of the range of anybody except for the major corporations right now. But it'll be cheaper eventually. It can even do music and singing with a single prompt. So you're talking about the end of podcasting, I guess? Oh, also, the end of stand-up comedy. Folks, these are not real people.
My therapist told me to embrace my mistakes, so I hugged my ex.
Holy fuck, guys.
So I went to the zoo the other day, and all they had was one dog. It was a Shih Tzu.
Told them to tell dad jokes as comedians. That was the prompt for that one. They didn't tell them what joke it was. Just told them to tell a dad joke. That's what they came up with. Look how good the camera work is. Mud, water up on the camera and shit. Like, good fucking Lord. The audio is done instantly. It generates the audio and the video at the same time. It's all combined in one single prompt now. Another comedian.
Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything.
Terrible dad joke, but realistic as shit. What else we got? Got a couple more to show you. Oh, Einstein?
Yeah, my mind is like space-time, always bending.
They told Einstein a rap?
Got theories so complex, they're transcending. Yeah.
So, folks, can you imagine what they're going to have a year from now, 2 years, 5 years? This is as bad as it's ever going to be.
Betty bought butter, but the butter's bitter. So Betty bought better butter to make the bitter butter better. Betty bought butter, but the butter's bitter. So Betty
for TV and movies, y'all. Oh, look at this one. This is the prompt. The camera follows a dachshund running through a living room and out of an open front door and onto a porch. It stands on top stair overlooking the neighborhood as an ice cream truck drives by. You just type that in. Sound, video, everything. I can't tell it from real anymore, folks. Here's what's crazy. People were posting these videos everywhere, and then some people were posting like real videos, and they're claiming that they were done by VO, and nobody could tell the difference.
Welcome to a non-existent car show. Let's see some opinions.
I mean, man, the acceleration is crazy. You look far, step on the pedal, and you are there.
I feel safe with him in an SUV, and it seems to be like the right type of car for him.
I think the range is only going to get better. Sorry.
We don't want to drive gas cars anymore.
Yeah, no more gas cars.
You can see I'm kind of a misfit here, but don't tell anyone. I've just bought an electric car.
All this is AI, folks. Every bit of it AI. So I think it's cool. I see some of you shitting on it. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, to be honest with you. I can't imagine looking at this and not being amazed by it. Not being amazed at what humans have created. Literally, the culmination of all our scientific advancements from the beginning of history has come to this. I don't know how that you can't look at this and think it's magic, but some people are real hard to impress, which is wild to me. One more. This is the last one I want to show you guys.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood would a wood?
So this is why I did the book, folks. I'm getting ahead of it. I knew this is coming. It's going to be better than this. It's not there yet. Another year or two. The tools are going to be there to make my own TV show. So the first thing you got to do is write the script, write a book, get it all together, get it all out there, get some feedback, improve it, tighten it up. And then by the time the tools are finally where I can use them to make my own TV show, I'm going to be raring to fucking go. So trying to think ahead. I appreciate you guys bearing with me. I'm sorry for spamming you with my stupid book no one gives a shit about. And all right, that is my what the fuck. Pretty cool, amazing, but scary. I think it's awesome. I'm not scared of it at all, to be honest with you. People are mad, but to me, like the people that are mad about this, they have this all wrong. Because if you don't want the independent creators to have these kind of tools to be able to make their own movies, basically what you're saying is you want all movies and all like big media to be made by million and billion dollar companies. Only huge corporations that can afford to make it. And of course, they're the ones that are going to decide which messages get put out there, which scripts get made. So you're like literally leaving most of entertainment and media in the hands of the super rich for them to determine what we fucking see instead of embracing the era of the independent content creator. Finally, a time where people like me sitting in my bed can compete with the major movie studios and put our messages out there. Have people see what we want them to fucking see. It's an amazing time to be an independent creator, in my opinion. And all right, we're along, folks. Get your super chats in. We got a quick Beyond Parody and one hero, and then the show is going to be over. So get it in before it's too late. But for now, it's time for somewhere on here we go. Beyond Parody. Yeah, the Books and Tents. My Books and Tents shop. You haven't read it. It's like a sci-fi horror. It's got a bunch of torture, murders, but it's also about feelings and about the normal shit that we all go through in our everyday lives, the emotions, the roller coasters, the ups and downs. So it's layered. It's layered. Go watch it. First off, all tonight's Beyond Parody. Apparently, outside of the Diddy trial, they're paying people, looks like mostly homeless people, to wear free Diddy shirts. And just to show you it's not grassroots or organic at all, they totally get busted.
Why do you feel that way?
So these are all paid protesters. You can get $20 an hour if you wear a t-shirt.
You gotta speak up.
She just got recruited, right?
I refuse.
You said no.
No.
It wasn't worth the 20?
No, but like he told me that it's for a Diddy coin, so I'm not really sure what that is. Yeah, they just tried to pay me $20 to wear a free puppy shirt. Stop. I could tell because the lady right there, she just kept convincing me to go wear a shirt, and I'm like, I'm good.
So just $20, and if you guys were
Desperate.
$20, all you have to do.
They try so hard to get some good press, make it look like Diddy's got supporters, people that don't want him in jail. But no, $20 pretty cheap, Diddy. I know you got more than that. You better dig into those goddamn pockets. And folks, is there anything more pathetic than alpha male boot camps? Nothing except maybe for the alpha male drill sergeants themselves. Imagine paying $18,000 so a whiny man baby can scream at you. Oh, cringe.
You think you're fucking really badass, don't you? You want to know what I'm No, take your shit off. Take your shit off. Take your fucking shit off. Take your shit off. Take your shit off. Come on. Oh,
Dudes, if you need to go to an alpha male boot camp, you're never going to be an alpha male. This is the opposite of being an alpha male. Now, I don't believe in being an alpha male, but if you were going to be an alpha male, you know how you do it? You're comfortable in your own skin. You don't have to prove to anybody how alpha and tough you are, okay? You're just laid back, you're calm, you're cool, you're collected, you're okay with who you fucking are. And you definitely ain't letting no jackass scream in your fucking face. That's the least alpha thing I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. What is wrong with you people? Just sad. Get a hold of yourself. Way too much money. And one more, last but not least, on tonight's Beyond Parody. Let's check in with Tiger King himself, Joe Exotic. Apparently, the love of his life, his new Mexican husband that he met in prison, got deported by Donald Trump. Oopsies. I wonder who could be responsible for this. Who could have supported and voted for Donald Trump? Oh, it was you? Well, then good. I don't give a shit. Anyway, he's like, they have officially taken him to an ICE detention center for his hearing to either stay in America or go back to Mexico. POTUS, don't you think between losing my life's work, my parents, and now this, that I've suffered enough? And it's time to watch season 2 of Tiger King and see they admitted on world television that they committed perjury and let me go. That's right, President Trump. Haven't I suffered enough? Shouldn't you release me? And then he put out this separate thing, and it says, oh, I forgot to show you what George left me to remember him by. And what is that? What? Oh, it's the top of a guy's head who has male pattern baldness, I guess. Okay. That's a weird thing to draw over and over again, but I can kind of see it. That guy needs some Propecia or something. That guy, wait a minute. Is that a booty hole? Oh my God, that's a booty. How did he even do that? How do you spread your ass wide enough to get a perfect print like that on a paper? I don't even know. And like, look at this. I got questions. Can you like identify somebody from their butthole print? You know, like fingerprints. Like if you're at a murder scene and you found like a perfectly preserved butthole print, could you convict somebody on that? I'm just asking questions. Either way, I'm going to keep my butthole to myself. And that is my Beyond Parody for this evening. Fuck yes. Hell yeah. Last chance to get your super chats in, folks. We got one more, a Beyond Parody coming up. Not a Beyond Parody, a hero's coming up. One hero for this week. So do it. And yeah, I don't know. I got questions. I don't not too many. I don't even want to know the answers, to be honest with you. You can just keep them. And all right, let's finish it off, folks. Let's be some heroes.
We could be heroes just for one day.
Yeah, we could. And one and only hero for you guys tonight. This lady got an award from Donald Trump, and it's clear she no likey the orange goof at all. Here's her getting the award and being real stuck up and snobby to Trump, who clearly recognizes that she don't like him. I like how uncomfortable she is. And then here she is explaining what the fuck is going on. Look at her. She hates him. He's looking at her. This bitch hate me. Yep.
Would you like to say anything to us on behalf of the force? I realize it's a very tough thing to do. Would you like to say something?
So this is actually my worst nightmare, to go viral, become a meme, whatever. I literally just landed back home and I got a text from my friend that was like, you're going viral. And I was like, God, no. To cover some points, not a cop, not a Republican. I was there. I received that medal because my dad died line of duty along with 2 other officers alongside him last year in Palm Beach, it was a huge news story. That's also why Trump was so involved, because it was in Palm Beach. And yeah, free Palestine.
Yeah, woo! Fuck yeah! Free Palestine! That's some hero shit. That's how you fucking do it. Yeah, baby! Restore my faith in humanity a little bit. I think I'm in love, y'all. And that is my heroes for tonight. Finish it off on a fucking good one. And folks, if you bail out, first off, Patreon. You know how it works. First link in the description. Please go sign up for our Patreon. Folks, don't let go out of business. Don't let me go out of business. You'll be sad. You'll be sorry. You won't have this face look forward anymore. And also hit the like button. Hey, leave a comment if you're watching on a replay. Type out a comment and hit the enter button. It makes the algorithm like the show more, but hit the like button too. Please help me out if you can. Share my videos everywhere. Thank you in advance. And all right, we got an after party coming up, starting here down to here. And we're going to narrate some of the chat with the #1 AI program that does narration. So that'll be fun. So join me on tonight's after party if you have a ticket. If you know, you know. And all right, we're going to show some kitty in a minute. Some more kitty. But first, let's read the super chats. One ticker from Jason asking, fuck yes, Jason.